wanted to tell you guys what I've been reading recently. Good morning, everyone. I hope y'all are having a good week wherever you are. It's been a while since I've done a sort of like a week in my life vlog, and so I thought I'd bring it back this week. It should be a pretty chill, like standard couple of days here and there. I have a translation sample deadline coming up, so I'm working on that. I have a book I want to finish, some cafes and areas I want to explore, some friends to see, etc. It should just be a little bit of a hodgepodge here and there. I also don't think I've mentioned this quite yet, but I actually ended up getting accepted to the master's program that I wanted to go to, and so I'll be starting school in the month of March, which is actually low-key so soon, kind of crazy. And so the processes for that are starting now. We have like class registration, whatever, all that stuff. And so I'm looking at like course descriptions and syllabi and sort of trying to decide what I want to take, which is very exciting, but also like kind of crazy that, I don't know, I'm just like back in like the school mindset a little bit. I'll talk about this in other videos as school actually gets a lot closer, but I'm trying to approach this grad program with a slightly different mindset of like ease and just like actually learning what I want to learn and sort of not taking it too seriously and just making sure that I can enjoy myself and still keep my like, work-life balance while studying. So hopefully that is possible, but that is a problem for later me. For today, I think I'm going to head out to like a tea cafe and then go to a museum afterwards that I've been wanting to go to this entire time that I've been in Korea. Honestly, I was just really feeling a museum day today. It's been a while since I've been to any sort of gallery or museum, so I'm really excited about that. And then I have dinner plans with my cousin, so I need to get ready and figure out what I want to wear right now. It's been so cold in Seoul that the outfits that I can actually wear outside for like warmth are extremely limited. Like I can basically only wear like my wool sweaters, which I have like 2 or 3, and then I have like 2 jackets and coats that can actually survive like really sub-freezing weather, and so I'm just rotating those. It's been kind of like an outfit repeating kind of vibe, but I'm also enjoying it because I think it's nice not having to choose a different outfit every day. It's just sometimes you just want to be comfy and cute, especially in the winter. You just want to like exist in something that is easy to move in and keeps you warm without being too like baggy. I'll probably just wear some combo of those today, something you guys might have seen before because all of these pieces I featured on my channel. But on that note, I wanted to show you guys one sort of recent vintage find that I'm really excited about. And actually I did some really good thrifting and stuff earlier this year when I was at home, so I'm going to do a little separate like spring thrift haul when it gets closer to that weather. Hopefully we can actually just wear like t-shirts outside. I'm waiting for this weather to show up, but until then I got this sort of checkered like plaid gray wool coat from a vintage store here called Zigu store. I'll put the tag up. And they were having a huge season sale, so it was actually $26, which is kind of crazy for a wool coat, especially for the brand. It's McGregor, and my other plaid wool bomber that I wear all the time is also from this brand. And so as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, I am going to love it. Here's a close-up so you can see sort of like the charcoal gray and then the navy stripes, which are really nice. And the buttons are sort of like these vintage style ones that like you loop on, if that makes sense. I don't know what they're called exactly. I'll look it up. I think in Korean they call them like tteokbokki tok because they look like the tok in tteokbokki, which is kind of cute. I can't believe I found this and I'm so excited to wear it, but I think it might be slightly too cold today. I'm going to try it on with an outfit and see. Otherwise, I might have to wear a puffer and really struggle through the cold. But I think I'm going to get a lot of good wear out of it in like late Feb, early March even. Obviously in the fall, but I'm obsessed with it. I actually only have like one coat that's like 100% polyester, and I'm hoping to get rid of it one day when I find a good replacement. And I think this one is a little bit different. That one's like really long and black, and so it's a little bit of a different style, but I'm so happy to introduce another coat into my rotation. Anyways, let's choose an outfit, get dressed, and get out of here. Yes, I am wearing the exact same outfit that I was in the last video, but this sweater is also another recent find, and I absolutely love it. I think it might be my favorite sweater of all time, only rivaled by my polo sweater that I showed in my favorites video. It's 100% wool, and it's from the brand Beams, which I think is another Japanese brand, like kind of like an outdoorsy brand, and it feels almost like a ski sweater or something, just like kind of sporty but also classy at the same time, which I think is the best combo for my style. It feels really easy to pair with things and very effortless and so comfy. I would love to wear my new coat with this, so let me just show you guys what that looks like. This would be the outfit. It's so cute. It's so ridiculously cute. I think I would button it up and then wear like a scarf and earmuffs and gloves, but what do you think? Will it be warm enough in sub-freezing temp? For like the 150th time on my channel, I'm from Texas, and so I'm a winter amateur, and so I don't know if this is gonna work, but I feel like it could. Okay, I'm gonna wear it for fashion and for comfort and just for feeling good about myself because I love this new coat and this new sweater, and the combo is even better. Look at that rhyme. Okay, anyways, gotta go. Gonna get actually fully ready. Let's go.
Through the arbor, in the garden room, wings are beating, baby, me and you. Pencil drawing
To myself.
phases of the moon.
I went to Terra Rosa Coffee the other day, which is a coffee chain here that's like known for having pretty good coffee and drinks. And I saw that they had these like little tiny packets of like liquid coffee, almost like a shot. And it feels a lot like instant coffee, but it's in liquid form. And so for some reason, I just like wanted to try it a bit more, especially because I don't have a coffee maker at my like grandma's house. And so I don't really drink coffee here, but some days I do crave it. So I decided to try it. It doesn't taste just like drip or brewed coffee, but it also doesn't obviously taste like espresso, but it also doesn't taste bad. It kind of tastes like the coffee that you would get, like the Starbucks coffee or whatever that you can get in the bottles. But it was a lot cheaper than that, and I could mix my own milk and stuff, so I think it could be worth. I wanted to tell you guys what I've been reading recently. If you saw my last vlog, you saw that I finished The Years by Annie Ernaux, and I think I'm gonna leave my sort of detailed reviews for like a collective book video. I was thinking maybe around March when I've read like 10-ish books, but I just wanted to say that I absolutely loved it. Particularly the writing and the translation are like nothing I've ever read before. She kind of covers 6 decades of her life and also French history simultaneously, but it weaves in and out of like her memories of the societal mood and like developments at the time and stuff like that, and I just thought it was so beautifully written. I highlighted so many lines in this book, and I'm really excited to read more. Or no, like I feel like she could be another favorite author. I'm discovering a lot of really good authors of late, so I'm really excited. It's not too long either. I don't think it's something I would read in one sitting, just because it feels like things that you like, little poems that you can almost swallow one by one. But if we have similar book taste, I would just absolutely recommend it. And then now I'm reading Kairos by Jenny Eprenbeck, I think, on my Kindle, which is the 2024 International Booker winner, I believe. And to be totally honest, it's not one of those books that I was like absolutely dying to read. I kind of picked it up because all the other ebooks that I want to read were like, I had to wait for them, so I have them on hold. But this one was available from my local library, so I was like, honestly, it won the Booker, I might as well try it. And overall, I think I'm, enjoying it. I don't hate it by any means. I just don't think it's like necessarily my writing style. It's a little bit more pared down, a little bit more distanced from the reader. And it's set in East Germany, like before the wall fell, which I think is such an interesting like setting. I don't think I've read anything from that time, so I've been really enjoying the mood of that. But the story itself is actually about the love affair between a girl and a man, basically a 19-year-old and a man in his 50s, I think. They have a 32-year-old age gap. And I was kind of curious to hear like y'all's thoughts on this, if you've read any books about like really big age gaps, or if you've read like Lolita. I actually haven't read Lolita, but like books like that where there's obviously like a predatorial undercurrent, or sometimes overcurrent, like maybe it's like very obvious. Obviously, inherently, it's a very uncomfortable subject, and reading about it is uncomfortable, but then I do think discomfort is like a very powerful emotion when it comes to art, and particularly literature as well. I think, to be totally honest, maybe it's also that I just don't find these stories that interesting. Like for me personally, I don't think that manipulation and sort of toxic romantic relationships, or sort of like the obsessiveness and possessiveness within romantic relationships is that interesting to me, unless they're like unexpected. So for example, like people of the same age, or like, friends or whatever. I feel like when there's obviously clearly a predatorial age gap, then we kind of see where it's going, and so I don't find the development of that interesting on its own. So yeah, I'm kind of reading it like half very uncomfortable, half like enjoying the writing style, and also just curious why it won the Booker. Not saying that like the Booker is like a ubiquitous sign of a great work of literature, but I'm kind of curious. I'm sure they saw something within it. So I'm only a third of the way through, so I should probably stop talking about it now, just that I don't eat my words. By the time I get to my actual review, I want to give the rest of the book a chance. But I was curious if you guys have read Kairos before, or have read any books with sort of those relationships, and what you think about them, because I do find the reading experience of them very strange and a little like horrifying. And I also totally understand if you're one of those readers who doesn't like to read like uncomfortable things like that at all. That's also valid. So anyways, very interesting. I'll keep you guys updated, obviously. Look forward to the sort of reading wrap up that's coming in hopefully the next month. Otherwise, this morning I actually had course registration for my grad school semester, like my first semester, starting in March, which was crazy. It's been I think almost over a year since I've sat down at my laptop and like waited for it to turn a certain time so that I can like hurriedly choose all my classes and make sure that I get into all of them or whatever. It felt very strange, like kind of being back there and feeling like a student again, I guess. But luckily I got all my classes. I'll talk to you guys more about this in the next video, which should be a Q&A, but I'm studying Korean studies and the classes look really interesting. It's sort of like modern Korean history, culture, things like that, translation as well. So I think it'll be really good. I feel like I'm nervous, but also excited to just see what the new routine is with school. Obviously I'll be a little bit busier, but I do think that could also be good for me, just an excuse to get out of the house every day that isn't like going to a cafe or something, and obviously meeting some new people as well. So yeah, I think I'm just in general feeling good about it, and like I mentioned earlier, trying to take it a little bit easy. But otherwise, like I mentioned, I have a translation deadline. I have to turn a sample in by next week, and so I think I'm going to be working on that today, just revising my first draft of the translation and getting it into sort of a good second draft. To be totally honest, it's a little tight on time, but that's just, I think, how I work. Like that happened last time as well. I'm realizing this is just what works for me, so we're going to push and chug and get this out. And I have plans to meet a friend later today in Yeonnam-dong, so I'm excited for that as well. But yeah, let's get to work.
나오는 그 느낌이 너무 싫어서. 버득 이쪽인가? 맞아 나도 최근에 약간 맛들었어.
So I'm trying to film this real quick because I'm actually running late to meet my boyfriend to go on a little like hike walk on a mountain nearby. But I spent most of the morning just working on my translation sample. We're slowly but surely getting to like editing the whole thing to submit for next week. So fingers crossed that it goes well. And I think I'm just gonna let myself take a little break for the rest of the day, kind of go on a late afternoon hike and then get some dinner and maybe go to a cafe. It is Valentine's Day as well. It's not really a huge big day for us, just like as a concept, and also because our anniversary is actually also in February, and so we just celebrate that instead. And when it comes to Valentine's Day, just kind of another day that we hang out and do something fun. But today is kind of a day of like a bunch of transitional activities. We're doing everything from going up a mountain to like going to a nice cafe, whatever. And so I wanted to show you guys my outfit for today because it's also sort of the first slightly warmer day. It's a high of 48 today, which is huge after like a week last week that was basically in the 20s. So let me show you the outfit. I've got sort of the comfiest and also like slightly most old jeans I own, and so they're really easy to move in for like walking and stuff, and also I don't really mind if like dirt gets on them. And then I've layered my favorite denim button down over this white sort of like ribbed t-shirt. And honestly, I'd usually wear this open, but I decided to try something new today and just button the top 3 buttons, and I feel like it kind of adds a cool effect, or like I put a tiny bit more effort or sort of thought into the outfit, which I think is honestly, it's these details that make people's outfits really interesting and make you look at them, you know, once more, and also makes it fun for the person wearing it. I've seen more and more people button their jackets as well as their shirts all the way up to the top, and I feel like it's a really cool, fun look, and something that's just like really small but adds that extra detail. So I think I'm gonna wear this today. We're running late. Let's go and get on this mountain.